Yes, sir. Just about a half hour to kick off. We're going to be live in effect in the building. Post-game analysis, pre-game, all that. Dawg Food TV.
Welcome to Dawg Food TV. It's post-game analysis of the Browns' Week 3 win against the Tennessee Titans. We're going to look at the stats. We're going to look at how the offense and defense played and really just talk about the game. Good game all around, but, we're going to look at what the stats say and then, make our determination on, how that bowl's going into Week 4. And after that, definitely got 2 games coming up, Baltimore and San Francisco. So talk about how those look. Let's get the glasses on here. All right. So, dominant performance again by the defense. Jim Schwartz again through 3 weeks. I think from what I'm seeing, this is the number 1 or number 2 defense. The 49ers probably would be the other team that have a case for the top spot, but they're 1 or 2. So definitely bodes well for the rest of the season going forward. So they held the Titans to 26 rushing yards, 68 passing yards, 6 first downs, 2 for 12 on 3rd down, 1 for 1 on 4th down. Then forcing turnovers. Time of possession for the Titans was 21 minutes, 31 seconds. Now I was at this game and, watching it on TV when they played the Bengals, it looked like the energy was a lot different than it was from the previous season when the defense was on the field. Being there today, seeing it firsthand, there's an energy that's different.
Let's go!
Right, you can feel it. I think the players feel it. Obviously, the fans feel it. So it definitely has a different vibe to it. The defense has a vibe. Defense really needs a name. I think Cleveland is known as the mob among some circles. I don't know that they're known by that, kind of like the Bills are the Bills Mafia, but I think a fitting name for this defense would be the mob. Just, they running things, they shutting things down. So yeah. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, the Browns rushed for 78 yards. Not the best day, not like it was at Pittsburgh, but, decent day. Passing yards, 263. First downs, 23. So they were moving the ball, 6 of 13 on 3rd down, 1 for 1 on 4th down, 1 turnover, had the fumble. That was pretty much in Titans territory, and time of possession was 38 minutes, so they almost doubled time of possession. Now, let's look at the stats coming into the game, because we know that Watson's stats look much better this week as opposed to the first 2 weeks of the season. The Titans' pass defense was ranked 22nd. their rush defense was ranked third. So it makes sense why they were held to 78 rushing yards. The Titans have a great run defense. Their pass defense obviously was ranked 26, and given the numbers, I think you would expect Deshaun Watson to have these type of numbers. I think you would be alarmed. There would be cause for concern and there would be cause for panic if he didn't put up the type of numbers he did today against this type of pass defense. Outside of Kevin Byard, they're a little thin in the secondary. So you could almost look at this as a preseason game. Obviously, it's a regular season game, but a preseason game in terms of the pass defense. So it's live action. He's getting hit. He's able to, read coverages and find his receivers. I still think he was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, but I think he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. He looked a little bit more comfortable today, and that's what you like to see. Him and Amari Cooper obviously have great chemistry, and I think they're only going to build on that. I think him and Elijah Moore are starting to get there. Obviously, you'd like to see a little more chemistry between him and Njoku and Peoples-Jones and, just some of the other targets that he's going to be throwing to. But I think this was a good game to kind of establish that. So if we look at the quarterback comparison for this week, Ryan Tannehill, 13 of 25, 104 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Passer rating 62.8, QBR 23.2, completed 52% of his passes. He didn't look good, but he normally does not look good when Henry can't get going. Deshaun Watson, 27 of 33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Passer rating of 124, QBR 78.2, completion percentage 81.8. You would hope as the season progresses that this type of game right here would be the floor, because we obviously know he's capable of pretty much almost doubling the yards and more touchdowns. We understand that. But you would hope that a game like this would be the floor. Protect the football, be efficient. And he did that. Now you got the Ravens coming up, you got the 49ers coming up, so definitely the 49ers game will be a good test for him. But this was a good transition game to kind of get you a few layups, establish rapport, get comfortable before some of the more tougher, more overall balanced defenses come into your building. So again, I would give him a B- for this game. He had the lateral, which was a bad play. But aside from that, I didn't see too many missed throws. Again, I was sitting in the end zone, but I didn't see too many missed throws. Again, he was efficient. I think the play calling was a little bit better today. So, I think that the offense gets a B-. I think given the fact the Titans are ranked kind of in that bottom third in pass defense, the offense would have needed to have been clicking on all cylinders for them to get an A. But, again, is what you want to see. The defense, they played complementary football. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't put the defense in a compromising situation. The defense played lights out again. Special teams, they didn't make any mistakes. So this was a good, complete game in all three phases. So let's take a look at the running back comparison real quick. Again, the running game really wasn't a factor for either team. 11 carries for Derrick Henry, 20 yards. That's 1.8 yards a carry. 10 carries for Jerome Ford is 18 yards, 1.8 yards a carry. And I want to say Pierre Strong, he led the game in yards, 27 yards on 6 carries. Deshaun Watson had 4 carries for 16 yards. Kareem Hunt came in, gave you some good snaps, 5 carries for 13 yards. Those Harrison Bryant carries, I couldn't really see them from where I was at. So I couldn't tell if they were direct snapping the ball because it looked like each time they were like their backs were to me. So I couldn't really see what they were doing. But looks like they got first downs on all of those. So, whatever they're doing, it works. So if it works, hey, we can live with that. Let's look at the receiving stats. Amari Cooper, 7 receptions, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. They took a touchdown from him. Really, this could have been an even bigger day. That pass was actually coming our way in the end zone, and you could see it in live time that he was clearly inbounds. Now, they might have been able to get him for offensive pass interference, but they both were jockeying, so I thought it was a good no call. I thought it was a bad call to blow that play dead. If all scoring plays are reviews, you need to just let that ride, but whatever. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 3 receptions, 49 yards. Elijah Moore, 9 receptions, 49 yards. Jerome Ford, 2 receptions, 33 yards and a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 2 receptions, 22 yards. David Njoku, 4 receptions, 20 yards. So nice balanced attack, spread the ball around. So that's good. And if we look at the AFC North standings, you got Cleveland and Baltimore and Pittsburgh at 2-1. The Bengals game is going to be tomorrow night. They play the Rams. Hopefully the Rams can win that game and push them to 0-3. But we'll see. I don't know if they said that if Joe Burrow is playing or not. If he's not playing, they probably are going to 0-3. But we'll see. So Cleveland has a nice little test to see how this first third or fourth of the season is going to go, because if you beat Baltimore, obviously you jump into first place in the division, and then you got probably the first or second best team coming to town next in the 49ers. So good position to be in. I think Deshaun Watson is coming around. I think the offense is starting to find a little bit of their identity, but they still have a long way to go. The defense, Jim Schwartz, we've talked about it. They're playing solid. This is a playoff caliber defense. This is the kind of defense that needs a name. We gonna call that defense the Mob on this channel. And, it's a long season, and you hope that they don't lose anybody else to injury for a significant period of time. I mean, think about it. The secondary played the way they played, and Greg Newsome didn't even play. 6 first downs. Is that what it was? 6 first downs. 2 and 12 on third down. That's defense. Jim Schwartz. These next 2 games are going to be good, especially with Lamar Jackson, because now you get a test of if you can contain Lamar Jackson, if you have to play Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, then if you can contain Lamar Jackson with that kind of speed, you should be able to contain Patrick Mahomes. So again, great test coming up the next 2 weeks. So yeah, Dawg Food TV, that'll do it for this episode. Browns 2-1. Got a big game coming for Division League next week. So, if they lose, they could fall down to 3rd place. So definitely need this game. So we'll see how it go. Dawg Food TV. Dawg Food TV sponsored by Dawg Food Store, premier sportswear brand for Cleveland football fans. And we will see y'all on the next one.